Hello everyone, how is it going? I hope you're alright. Let's get into the greatness that is this chapter, Boku no Hero Academia 109. Now, we've the second phase of the exam, the second and the last phase of the exam is happening. So, this is the rescuing part, so let's actually get into this, what actually happened in this chapter. Now, I really did enjoy this chapter, personally because it's got my boy Inasa in this chapter. Every time I see Inasa, I get hyped, man, because the man is a machine. When I saw him in this chapter talking to Todoroki, he just looked like a beast in comparison. I was like, oh my goodness. So, yeah, so this chapter starts off, we get a description of what actually is, this exam. Now, I was kind of right from the last chapter because I was really confused. I was wondering, are these old guys, are they the ones to be rescued, or are they the ones to be like distracting or like disrupting the rescuee, like acting as villains or something like that? So in fact, we find out in the chapter the true purpose of these old guys, and they're from the HUC company. Now that is the Hero Upstanding Company. No, it's not the Hero Upstanding. I can't even remember what it stands for. But basically, they're pro-rescuees, and they're used in these kind of situations where it's for people who want to get a provisional license, and they'll act in, and they'll be the rescuees in that kind of scenario. So they'll act like they're in danger, they'll act like they'll need saving, and these people will come out to save them, and they score the provisional hero. They score the potential provisional hero, judging on how well they in general act on saving them, on how well they act on, you know, basic first aid, and just how they make them feel. Because what I really liked about it is, and what I really like about this exam as well, and I really didn't think about it, it didn't really touch my mind, is the fact is, it's not just general heroing, like running in there, you know, lifting up some buildings, kicking some bad guys, and taking the civilian out there. It's not like that. The fact is, in this kind of situation, which we did see in the Kamino arc, which was referenced when in this chapter when All Might and All Form was fighting, the devastation against the wide vicinity, it just in the area, it's massive, and there's going to be civilians, there's going to be people endangered, and you as the hero, you're going to have to be there not only with your strength to literally take them out of that situation, but also to make them feel better, also to check if there's anything in harm, also to check if there's any more people, if that civilian was with other people. Like, you need to basically be a first aider, you need to be someone to lift up their spirits, make them feel better. So it's literally going above and beyond, because at that split moment in time, the ambulance hasn't arrived. The policemen, the fire brigade, they ain't arrived. The only people that are there are you, and that is the hero. So it's really cool that these guys we see Deku and all of them, they have to act up. They really need to step up to the plate in this exam. And we see it with All Might. It was when Deku was obviously thinking of All Might. Every time All Might comes into this situation, what does he say? His first things is always, have no fear, for I am here. And when you always hear that, like, your spirits are lifted. So, I really did like how Deku thought of that, and just by seeing that, it shows you what Deku wants to become. It made you realise that Deku, he forgot, that's the main part of being a hero. And that's why in the previous chapter when he was saying rescue operation, it's the origin of heroes. And if you think about it, it really is. That's what literally a hero is, you know, to save the princess from their trial of need, or like save the person from their terror. So I'm liking this exam. Now, aside from that, I got to talk about the other stuff, man. Freaking Inasa. Inasa is a beast. I just love him. Not mainly because his outfit is just so awesome. His quirk is amazing. But the fact is, man, he is massive. Like, the man is a giant compared to Todoroki. I was just like, whoa, when I was reading the chat, because Todoroki was just like, oi, crew hat. And he turns around, and then freaking out. Like, Todoroki's not even hitting Inasa's shoulders. I was just like, man, you're actually massive. So I was just like, that got me hyped. This is what I want to see, people, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see a Todoroki versus Inasa fight. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I want to see it. I want to see that greatness happen, man. So we find out in this chapter with Inasa why he has such distaste towards Todoroki. Well, we don't really find out the reason. But we get a little bit more on it. And he calls him Endeavor's boy. And he's just like, oh, I hate you. or he's just like, oh, you have the same eyes as your father, I hate that. He said something along the lines of that. Now this makes me really interested, it makes me really curious. Why does Inasa hate Todoroki so much? Why does he actually hate Endeavor so much? Now if we had to obviously theorize right now, let's just theorize. I'm guessing it to be Endeavor must have done something to his family. Maybe the Inasa's family. Maybe it's got to do with, you know, the quirk marriages. Maybe because we do know that Endeavor went through loads of people to try and get the best offspring. Maybe Inasa's mum was one of the wives or something like that. One of the women Endeavor slept with. I'm not really sure. I'm really curious on why. And the fact is that Inasa must hate Endeavor so much for him also to hate Todoroki. And this is why I feel like it's got to do with like family or like bloodlines, because Todoroki said you have the same eyes as your father, so that obviously does directly reference blood relation, meaning he's got the same blood as Endeavor, he's related to Endeavor, so I must hate him. So maybe he actually hates Todoroki. He may either hate Todoroki because of Endeavor, or he may just hate the very existence of what Endeavor has done. And Todoroki's the offspring of that, so maybe that's why Inasa hates him. I'm not really sure, so tell me your thoughts in the comments below about that. Now, Bakugo, man. I'm flip. Okay, so the Shiketsu guys come into Bakugo, and Bakugo, I really did like Bakugo's response. It was very little, like, it weren't extremely significant, but it just shows you a change in his character. Because when I saw those guys from Shiketsu walking up to Bakugo, I would have thought Bakugo's response would have been like, oh, like, piss off, or like, shouting at them, telling them to go away. But no, in fact, it was the total opposite. It seemed calm, it seemed collected, and it just seemed, like, normal. Like a normal conversation. So I really did like that. It goes strides for his character development as well. So we find out this guy is pretty much full of hair. I'm really wondering what his quirk is, because we see in this chapter he's kind of like twirling around his body or his hair, and it's like making a lot of gusts of wind. So maybe that's his quirk. He can generate with his body large air currents or something like that. I'm not sure, but maybe, so he's talking to Bakugo, and then he's just like, oh, I'm sorry for the way Shishikura acted and all that stuff, saying how Shiketsu wants to be real good friends with Yue. Now that really makes me happy, because first of all, obviously good development, good relationships between that, meaning we'll obviously get more character development from Shiketsu, but also it means that Horikoshi is going to keep them for some time. And I said this from the start of the arc. When Horikoshi introduces characters, it's not just for like one arc, it's not just for like a little thing just to show something off. Most times they have like impacts, and they'll always be there for the long run, and I'm really hoping Shiketsu to be there for the long run. Who knows, we may have other future arcs where Yue visits Shiketsu or something like that, or they do training camps together. How awesome would that be? I'm not really sure, but I don't know, we have to wait in the future, but all I can say is, man, I'm just excited because we saw my girl Shiketsu Mystique or whatever. We don't know her name yet, but she's amazing, man. And the fact that she comes in this chapter, like, I just love her personality. It's just like so goofy, like she doesn't care, and she's just like waving at Deku and that, and Deku was like, yo, Deku was scared, and it's just hilarious, especially seeing Sero and Great Boy. Minato was pissed, man. Minato was annoyed. He was just like, it's hilarious, obviously, because it's kind of like stereotypical shonen, you know, with the main protagonist getting all girls like flying over him, all that kind of stuff. But like, Minato was triggered. He was so triggered. So that was kind of funny to see. So I'm really enjoying this chapter. What I really did like about it was the fact of the rescuees are doing the scoring. So that's really cool. What that does show you is that UA are extremely handicapped because they haven't been through much of these situations. So in general, this was a really cool chapter. I'm still waiting for that Inasa vs Todoroki fight happening in the future. We got a little bit of Uraraka now. I really do like Uraraka. I'm not going to touch on this extremely. I'm not going to touch on this in a lot of depth, but Uraraka's feelings, I've said how I like how Horikoshi's kind of playing this. It's very natural, the way how she's building up an infatuation with Deku. But in this chapter it was pretty cool because it showed you how she was extremely serious. She was just like, I can't be thinking of my feelings right now, we're due in an exam. So, at the end of the chapter, it does show you that Uraraka's going to be doing something, so I feel like we're going to be seeing something with Uraraka next chapter, so that would be really cool. We did see a leg in the last panel. I'm not sure that was Uraraka's. It looked like Bakugo's or Todoroki's. I'm not really sure. Who do you think that was? But yeah, the fact that Horikoshi is showing us more of Uraraka's feelings, maybe something's gonna happen in the next couple of chapters, or maybe after this arc, we'll get something about, you know, the relationship between Deku and Uraraka, because you need to understand, throughout this whole series, it's kind of been one-sided with just Uraraka. We haven't seen, like, anything with Deku showing it to Uraraka, so I'd really like Deku's viewpoint on this whole situation. So please guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below what you thought of this chapter. This is Sam. I'll see you next week for that greatness. That is Boku no Hero chapter 110. If you liked anything I had to say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. And let's continue the discussion down below. Sam, peace guys and goodbye.